And we're live. All right. It's been a minute.
I feel like you can
So move it where you want it. It's only showing. It's working from half because the camera's also.
Yeah, that's fine. It just was I felt like it was pointing down my shirt.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so.
Like the other camera.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I guess maybe I just need to pull my shirt up.
Nice. Hey, Daniel, welcome back, buddy.
Can you put the chat up there so I can see it?
Put what up there?
The chat.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh.
Give me a second.
Get
I haven't moved it over yet.
It's taking so long.
I had to go live first. Gosh. So, you just unlocked Blackwall, though?
I did.
Why do you like Blackwall?
I don't know. I like his commentary.
Actually,
Him and Iron Bull together, because really you can build him the same as Cassandra.
Yes, but they start with different things, and their main abilities are different.
He doesn't start with any.
No, but their main ability, they all start with something. They have their own specialty. They do.
Okay.
So like for example, your Inquisitor has like that thing where he they all have their own things. They all have like that tree that's different. So like
his options are the same as hers.
I'm not talking about the regular ones. I get it. He's a fighter, a warrior. There's warrior, rogue, mage. However, each one has their own specialty. So the Vivian does that enchantress thing, whatever it is, where she can like pull out a sword as her special ability. Like they all have their own thing. Iron Bull does like a rage thing, where when he's hurt, he can deal extra damage and stuff. It's their own. Like you don't get it at the start.
Gotcha.
It happens later. But yeah, they all have their own specialty. Is my point. But yeah, I don't know. I like Cassandra. I always use Cassandra as my main one. I don't like Blackwall at all.
Plus, I don't like her commentary. She's so
Uptight.
Yeah, gosh. Iron Bull's so entertaining.
Yes, Iron Bull is great. I agree with that. Iron Bull's always in my party too. I do 3 fighters and a mage.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do 2 fighters, which I'm always the fighter. And then I'll put a rogue in there like Cole. I love Cole. Cole is hilarious to me.
Oh, his commentary is good too.
Yes, Cole is great. If you do all of his stories, they're good.
Yeah.
They're fun. So yeah, I like Cole a lot. All right, so...
So what are you going to work on tonight?
I'm working on my map that I was working on last time. It's that Forgotten Throne game. Which I've now had 2 characters dropped.
Oh, you had another...
Yep, the other girl had to drop. So,
why?
It sounds like she's dealing with stuff. So, I didn't ask the personal stuff, but she's dropping all of her games right now.
Oh, wow.
So, she got into 2 car accidents over the course of like a month, where she totaled both cars. Like, she's just got a lot of stuff going on. So, I get it. I'm not going to pester her. I told her, if things change, let me know, but, So, we're supposed to run Wednesday. I haven't talked to Paul yet.
Okay.
To see if he's in. I'm sure he's in, because he works from home anyway. And we will be running 3 players. Him, Tom, and Tom's wife. So, it should be fine. It should be fun still. And then, who knows, maybe I'll open it up to a 4th player, but I'm not ready to do that just yet.
I think now is crazy time for a lot of people, so...
Yes.
But now maybe you wouldn't have any trouble finding people to play.
I don't think I have a hard time finding people in the first place. I just don't think I'm ready for it just yet. That's all. I think I want to hold off for a minute,
Yeah?
Yeah, I just want to see how the 3 players work out. And go from there.
See what the dynamic is like.
Yeah, I think it'll work out just fine, but...
No, but then sometimes you can decide, okay, what type of player do I want to add to this group type of thing versus...
Right.
Sometimes you gotta, handpick people a little bit better.
Yeah, and I try to do that anyway. So, yeah.
Groups.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
You know?
Yep.
Okay, well, my goal tonight is to finish this guy.
You'll get it done.
I feel like it's going to happen.
It will.
But I felt like that for a little while now. It just keeps not being finished.
No, it'll get done. I think it will. All right, so I don't know. What do you think of this map? I think it's a little bare. So I've been looking at some professional cartographers.
Okay.
They get pretty full. Like they map out like every detail on a lot of them.
Okay.
Like there, this is way too much empty space in a lot of these areas. I'm not saying I want to do that because I still think less is more, especially since it's for RPGs. But some of like the better ones that are really talented, they pretty much cover the whole map.
Oh.
Yeah. So Daniel was in my stream earlier today too.
Oh, was he?
Yes. We talked about that amazing show, The Tiger King. I don't know if it's that amazing. I'm not as into it, I think, as the rest of the world. I think it's funny. It's interesting. It's real, which blew me away.
I mean, I really like true crime, so like I feel like it's more up my alley than yours. But you like hot mess reality shows, so.
Oh, 100%. But it feels like the show is. It feels like what would happen if you gave a lot of money to a bunch of carnies. Like people who run carnivals.
What are you trying to say about carnies?
These guys look like the guys who bring the carnival to town. They do. All of them, don't they?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know? You didn't go to a lot of carnivals?
I'm just not judgy like you are.
I'm not judging. What are you talking about? That is the draw of the show, is that everybody is judging these characters. That is the lure of Tiger King. I think a couple things about this show. I think the one girl, Carol or whatever, definitely killed her husband, first of all. I think Joe definitely burned down his own trailer.
Okay. You're like ruining this potentially.
No, I'm not. Everyone's watched it by now.
No.
I'm not ruining anything. No, that's what I think. I really think that. Let's see. What are we going to call this? I need a good name. Ooh, we'll call this the Temple of the Forge. Where's roll stats when you need them?
So guess what? I have something super shocking to tell you.
Oh no. Me or the people?
You.
What?
I think that I'm going to take your advice and change the color of these spikes a little bit.
Oh, really?
Are you shocked?
A little bit, because you always go against what I say. Why are you changing the spikes? Because they're too purple.
So they're a little too bright. So I'm going to
bone
adjust
them
it
up.
a little bit.
Cool.
But I figured you'd be shocked.
I am a little bit shocked. I am a little bit shocked.
I can't even believe it.
Yeah, that is a little shocking.
It's okay, though. Hold your applause till the end, please.
Applause?
Yeah.
Why would I applaud?
Because obviously this is going to be the most amazing thing I've ever done.
You mean listen to me? I know. Good work does come from listening to me, doesn't it?
Not gonna work.
All right, so we got that.
So So what do you think's going to happen with the rest of our games? Did we ever figure that out? Like,
No, I would like to do the BlackRock game again soon.
yeah, like, is Paul
We
doing
canceled
okay?
because I think so. I haven't talked to him. He's not been active in the Discord lately.
I know, he said he had a bunch of stuff going on.
I think he had a lot of extra work stuff.
That's not what he made it sound like.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. What'd he say? Well, we don't have to talk about it on stream.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know, like, we want to, like, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to ask him. But yeah, I definitely want to get back to playing that game because the only reason we canceled is because of this whole Corona thing going down. We just didn't want to risk it.
Paul wasn't going to be able to make it. It didn't sound like anyway. But he would have just been a last minute drop.
For the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, he said for the foreseeable future.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's why I was like, what's going on?
Oh, I have no idea. I'll have to reach out to him and see. Because he hasn't been active in Discord or any of that, really.
Yeah.
Daniel says he has not heard much about Tiger King. It's a cross between, like, what you would think a Kid Rock diehard fan who's gay with 2 husbands and owns his own petting farm of tigers would be. With lots of shimmer and glitter and guns.
I described it to my friends as, like, what did I say? Like, hillbilly plus redneck plus hot mess reality TV, you know, plus true crime. That's what it's like.
Right.
That's how it's super crazy.
Yeah, there's nothing on his Facebook. He doesn't post on his Facebook like ever. It's a pretty crazy show. It's very surprising. It's like, what was the Honey Boo Boo? It's like almost like a Honey Boo Boo type of deal.
No.
It sort of is.
Like, no, it's so bad, but like you can't not watch because you can't believe that this is a real thing, that this happened to real people, that these people are like, I was going to say intelligent people, but like that's not an accurate depiction. But like you just can't believe that this would actually happen.
Correct. You really can't.
And so I actually had to convince Lee that it was real.
Yeah, it took like an episode or 2. I think we're starting the 2nd episode before I realized it was real. I just didn't think it was possible. I thought they were making fun of reality TV.
Like it was a satire.
Yeah, I thought it was like The Office or Parks and Rec kind of deal, but shot more realistic. That's what I thought. Boy, was I wrong. I was so wrong.
It's okay.
Oh, I know.
So that game that you played the other day, what game was that?
Zweihander. It's a Warhammer. It's basically like Warhammer.
Okay, so like let's pretend I don't know what Warhammer is because I don't know what Warhammer is.
It's a percentage-based system.
Oh, okay.
So your stats are percentages. So like you might have a combat stat of 35%. That's not very good, by the way.
Okay.
All your skills, you have to roll under that percentage. So all your combat-related skills would need to roll under.
Oh, okay.
You know, things like that. I don't know what all the attributes are. I forget already. But that's one of them, for example. We were playing with a static number for our initiative rather than rolling for it. I don't know if you can roll for it or not. But we were just using our static number. So my initiative, I think, was like an 11.
Okay.
And so every turn, that's what I had. And a couple other people were like 9s and stuff like that. I went first in the order. And if you roll doubles, that's a crit. But a crit isn't like in D&D or something where it's like this huge deal. The only thing about crits is they can't be dodged or parried. And they also, you can't use like action points against them or something like that.
Okay, and this is past, present, future?
It's a fantasy game.
Oh, okay.
So it was like D&D kind of. So my guy was using a spear and a shield. It's a little bit more gritty too, a little bit. It doesn't have hit points. You have levels of wounds.
In what way is it more gritty? Like, what do you mean?
It's less magical.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, at least I think the setting is low magic. It has magic, but it's not as powerful. Okay, like
Gotcha.
Nothing feels as powerful as like D&D. Okay. So we had Brett was playing more of a scout style player or long range character.
Brett played?
Yes, Brett played. Laura was playing an old lady who was kind of like our village elder.
Okay.
Was kind of a shaman. So her healing, right? Okay, so you have different levels of wounds. That you don't have hit points. If you get hit, or if you hit something, you roll what your damage die is. So mine was, with a spear, it was a d6 plus 6. And so and for me to be hit, there's levels of being hit. So 6 was my base number. So anything under a 6, while it will hit me, it's not going to hurt me at all. It's kind of like if I were to punch you in the arm like that. You felt it, didn't hurt you, right?
Gotcha.
Anything above a 6 would be if I punched you a little harder where it actually might bruise you, right? If you hit someone, my next tier was like 11. If I hit for 11, I'm going to drop 2 levels of wound. So that first 6 to 11 is 1 wound. 11 to whatever is like 2 wounds. And then like anything over 20, for example, would be close to killing me. Right?
Oh, okay.
And so you have this table of wounds. You also have a table of like mental wounds kind of thing. Like peril, or I think it was called. So like you can go crazy too.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And so that might be something like, oh, a flashbang went off. Doesn't physically hurt you, but it stuns you, scares you, whatever. It might make that go down a little bit. So it was kind of interesting in that regard. It was fairly simple to play and run. Maybe not run, because I feel like Tom, our game master, was keeping track of a lot of stuff that I wouldn't necessarily want to have to keep track of.
Okay.
I mean, maybe if I learned the system really well, it wouldn't be a problem. But yeah. So, anyways, it was good though. We fought some beast men outside of our town. Like we woke up to the sound of the bell ringing, and we could hear the braying of beast men, like goat men, basically in the woods at night. Supposedly, like our village pact with these fae must have been broken somehow. That led this to happen because we were like one of the only towns that hadn't been attacked in like hundreds of years because we had this pact with the fae. So then we had to investigate it. Well, it didn't really make a ton of sense, but the fae were betraying us because they wanted us to like kill the beastmen because they had a pact with the beastmen that they wanted to betray, but they didn't actually want to outright betray the beastmen or something. So we had to trick the beastmen into hitting one of their saplings, like a treant, like a baby treant, in order to make the fae turn on the beastmen. Which was easy. I just went out there and I just decided to not spend any points to attack, and I used my point against a minotaur to dodge so it hit a sapling. So I basically tricked a minotaur into hitting its own ally that then caused the fae to turn on it eventually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, it was interesting. And then Brett shot his knee out, which if he didn't, then I probably would have died. I ended up within like a wound of dying. Because, so you can only heal, so the magical healing that our village elder had could only heal 2 levels of wound within 24 hours. That was it. Like, you couldn't just continue to heal.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, it was fun, though. I would play it again, I said. it's not like a system that I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to play that again. You know what I mean?
Right, but it was like fun enough that you had a good time and you would consider it.
Yeah, and I think that's because Tom is a fairly decent DM or GM. So yeah.
Like you enjoyed everybody that was playing.
Yeah, it was good. Exactly. All right. Maybe I should just call this map good. I don't know. It just seems very empty.
Add something in here.
Yeah, but I don't know what I want to add. Like, I've already got a forest. I've got hills. I've got mountains right there.
You add like some sort of like.
I've got a river right here.
You know.
So this is where all the giants are.
Crystal cave or something.
Well, no. Crazy. So this is like an area where giants had used to roam and stuff. Like it's pretty much barren, and that was my idea. It was just gonna be whatever.
So then maybe you need like some symbols for like wasteland.
Oh.
Or maybe it's like if there are giants, maybe it's like.
And I had the hills up here.
Sort of like graveyard style or something, right?
No graveyards.
No elephant graveyard?
Sarah, there's my wastelands.
I mean, do what you want. I'm just trying to be helpful.
I don't know.
Do what you want to do, man.
Cartography, wastelands.
Just saying.
Images.
Just trying to be helpful.
I understand.
Just trying to help you out.
I gotcha. I'm pulling something up. I'm going to see if I can find something. I'm not thrilled with that.
Okay, so... Okay, this is like a hot mess now.
So earlier I was talking about subscribing to the Role-Playing Tips newsletter, which I've been subscribed to it for like 8 years.
Okay.
They send cool stuff like really often. For example...
You mean like frequently?
Like at least once a week, sometimes twice a week.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that was that. So what is it? Where is it? Let's see. Here it is. So today at 10 in the morning, it's already like 20 emails deep. It was 30 fantasy clue methods. The title of it was 30 Ways to Deliver Clever Clues.
Oh,
and
okay.
One of them, for example, was written as a cipher on a bookmark inside a book. It's the key for. Carved with a dagger and scarred into the back of a powerful monster. Embedded in a nursery rhyme. A toy like a Rubik's Cube. Passed down from mother to child. Garbled after 5 generations. 3 parts each known by one king. You know, all sorts of things. Tattoos inked onto the chest of a dangerous NPC. So basically things that you can tie to the story, that you can sprinkle throughout your campaign in various different things, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just different ways to give players clues that maybe they wouldn't normally suspect, right? I don't know. I thought it was pretty good, though.
That's kind of good.
So that was today's. It's a very simple one, but that was today's. So if I go back... so if I type in... Okay. Oh, that's old. Maybe if I type role-playing tips. There we go. I got a bunch of them, but last week, is that when that is? March 23rd was the last one. So yeah, about a week ago, it was Easier Campaigns with Storyline, Mad Lib. 3 days before that was How to Move Your Campaign Online, Tools. The 16th, D6 Arena Combat Ideas from other Role-Playing Tips GMs. The 9th was Gesture, Voice, and Salt, helping players role play. Beg, Borrow, Steal, Better Session Kickoffs, the warm-up trick. Back Pocket Encounter Idea. Making an arena fight with a Hydra memorable. Add Spikes of Danger to get deeper campaigns. Like, all sorts of cool stuff, right? I don't know. I just really, really, really recommend checking him out for people if they haven't. But it's roleplayingtips.com, and then you can subscribe to the newsletter, and you get stuff once or twice a week.
That sounds kind of cool, actually. Those are pretty good tips.
I've gotten a lot of good stuff out of there over the years. And his website has all the old stuff, too. So, like, you can go look at the website, read all old articles, and, yeah. So, what was I going to pull up? I think Instagram has a lot of good cartography. That's what I need to look at. I just don't want to ruin... I don't want to overdo it. No, I'm just going to look up cartography. Are you just looking in general? Yeah, I'm just going to look up cartography and then look at some maps and come up with some ideas.
Figure out what you're doing.
Yes. That is exactly what I'm going to do. So yeah, look at this map. It's very full.
Yeah, but they've got like...
They've got some emptiness, but not a ton. And they get specific with their drawings. Like, see, their trees are individualized there. They've got individual buildings there. Look at that. A spire.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Like that one, that one's a more zoomed in map. Oh, this one's cool. Check this out. This one has a giant.
Yeah, where's your giant guy?
I'm not Fantastic Maps. He's like I said, professional. I don't have those skills yet. Not saying I ever will, but Eve's world building followed. Ooh, the Black Plains. Okay. Hers are like little squiggles. Look at that.
Yeah, perfect. And then she wrote it long ways, like...
Right,
you know?
to fill the space.
Yeah.
So she did squiggles just like me, but hers were a little more spaced out and smaller. So I'm going to try some squiggles like that. See if I can do something like that. That was not a squiggle. That was basically a straight line.
You got to squiggle it.
Just a little bit. Squiggle it. See, but then I do it too much. I don't have technique. I don't know how to do it.
Did you send Paul the picture of the shimmer?
I think I posted online or something, and people were like, oh, yeah. All right. And I'll do some more of the squiggle over here. I don't like it. I don't like the squiggle. It doesn't work for me. It's not working.
You like tried it for like 2 seconds.
No,
like,
I'm not able to do
longer.
it. No, I'm not digging it. I don't like it. I think it's better blank. I really do. I think it's a lot better blank, actually. Maybe I add a temple somewhere in here. All right. And then I'll just call it the Temple of the Forgotten. Which makes sense because this is where the Forgotten Throne campaign's going. So maybe I can tie that in there somehow.
Go.
So maybe that can get tied in somehow. All right.
Maybe you need to draw like a picture of something for the temple instead of just your generic temple photo.
No, I like my generic temple stuff.
That's what you just showed me in those pictures. They're not
Right.
very generic.
What, from the other maps?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's because they have, like, real artistic skill.
You just have fake skill.
I just am drawing in symbols. All right. do another cave there. Ooh, that's cool. Maybe that cave goes through to the other side.
Oh, yeah. You should do that.
Right here. This cave might connect to that cave.
Oh, yeah. I mean... You also don't have to make your symbols, like, super tiny either.
No, but I like them small.
Yeah, but you want to fill space. You just said.
Sometimes.
No, like you just said. I need to fill the whole space.
No, I didn't say I needed that. So the last map, you were like, you filled up too much space. And I ended up agreeing with you because I thought less looked better with my map. But then I was looking at stuff online, and there were other mappers who use more space. Or not use more space, but they fill it all up. And some of them were like top-notch mappers. Like, they do some really cool RPG maps. You know what I mean? That's
Gotcha.
all. That's all I was saying.
Okay. Do what you want. I'm just over here trying to help you.
You're fine. There. I just added a couple more hills. It still doesn't look overly done, and it filled the space. It worked just fine. From over here, I'll add another river and just flow it into the other one. There we go. Boom. Okay. There. That filled that space nicely. I think we're good. I think I can just do the coastline, and I can probably start finishing this one.
What do you have to do for the coastline? What does that mean?
That's just the lines like I did before. Like on this one. See? I just did these like partial lines around the outside, and it's like waves, kind of.
Oh, okay.
So that's all. And then I do my outline of the whole map, or of the coastline, with the thick marker pen thing. And then I can start doing the finer details. And as I go, like last time, I might add some stuff or change some stuff, and we'll see.
So what are we going to talk about?
So we can talk about a lot of stuff.
Like what?
So the other day we were talking to your brother, and we got to talking about combinations of like classes and abilities and things like that. Because that's like my favorite thing to talk about. Absolute favorite. The problem is nobody else is that analytical, I feel, of D&D that I know personally.
What do you mean?
Well, like most people I know don't know the classes, abilities, and stuff. Like, I don't think I know them that well. Like, don't get me wrong. But I know them, I think, better than most people we play with. You know what I mean?
I think it depends on the class. I think some of them you know better than others.
Well, yeah, but my point is that, like, I don't know... Okay, so for example, we were talking about combining half-orc with their abilities when they crit with different things. Like champion fighter, because it improves your critical. Half-orcs get the ability to add an extra weapon die type to their rolls when they crit.
Okay.
And I said, oh, well then also if you pair it with something that can grant advantage, like a barbarian. So say you're playing a champion fighter that gets an improved crit on a 19 or 20 later on, and then an 18 through 20 at one point.
Okay.
You can pair that with, say, the lucky feat, which I know is one of your favorites, right?
Well, of course.
Because now you can re-roll things up to 3 times a day.
Yep, and you have the improved crit.
Right, so your odds of critting go up significantly.
Yeah.
If you're going to pair it with something else, it might be that your cleric, you convince your cleric to cast Guiding Bolt more because the next attack gets advantage. So again, you're improving that opportunity to crit. It could be that you have a barbarian in the party. Well, barbarians, depending on what they take for their totems, if they, I think it's the 3rd level. So they'd be giving up their own resistance, but if they took the wolf, they grant advantage to anybody attacking the same enemy as them, like that's within 5 feet. So again, you're improving that chance of getting a crit.
You also get that with like the spirits one or something too.
Yes. And that was the one thing I wasn't 100% sure, but I remember it was like the ancestors, right?
Yeah, well, they get they get disadvantage on hitting your opponent, so it's not really the same.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm talking about trying to get advantage. But yeah, it was like, we're talking about some stuff like that. And so, things like that. But I don't know. Like, there's so many different abilities in the game. There's things you can get spell-wise that grant different things. And I'm not well-versed on spells.
I think that's probably your biggest,
weakness?
weak point that you've pointed out before is you're like, I don't know.
I don't know a lot of spells. I don't play a lot of spellcasters. And I'm not saying I want to, because I don't know. I kind of hate picking spells in the first place. So
What do you mean you hate picking spells?
I don't like going through 1,000 spells, trying to figure out what I'm going to memorize or whatever. I like having options, but sometimes spells can be a bit much for me.
Just like analysis paralysis?
No, I just don't like reading about them. They're not interesting to me, and I don't try to play the game for every advantage either. Like, there's feats in there I still haven't read.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't care enough to truly know every little thing, Like, for example, your brother is very analytical when it comes to it. Like, he wants to make the optimal choice with character creation. That's not how I make characters. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm playing a character, I'm like, all right, what does I want him to do? Like, what is it? Like, what is my image of the character? Does that make sense?
Gotcha. That's not what I do.
Yeah, I know. I go concept first, usually. And then I start making my character.
Yeah, so I usually go through and I read every feat. I'll read it again. See if it applies to my character.
But how do you...
you know what? Unpopular opinion, probably. I don't like feats. I don't like having to pick a feat because, sometimes it's just God, I don't quite like any of them.
Oh, I like them.
A lot of them, it's just
Well, yeah, I don't think most of them are that good in this edition of the game.
They just really don't.
Did you like them more in the old 3.5?
Yeah, some of them I feel like either they're too generic and they don't apply to my character.
Do you think that they don't do enough?
Or they're nothing interesting sometimes.
Sure.
It's I would rather have something that's a cool ability or whatever so you can really customize and make, an interesting character
Right.
that,
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I don't know which ones in particular you like and don't like. I mean, you like Lucky, but that's like one of the least
No.
interesting feats there is.
The only reason I like it is just because it's useful. It's always useful.
Right.
Like, you're never going to not use it. Whereas some of them, it's like, oh,
Right, they're supposed to be situational.
You're adept at being, a brawler or something stupid.
Yeah, you can.
Where you're just like, how many times am I really going to use that? And this is what I'm going to waste my level up on?
Well, there's a lot of things you can do. You can use it to get bigger armor. You can use them to get different weapons that you're not normally proficient in. Like, there's feats that are good for a lot of stuff. I like the defensive ones because while they're situational, they're so useful. It's kind of like those magic items that I gave you the one time that were resistances to different things. But you could take a feat that would give you even more. You know what I mean? Like, you could really round your character out with some of that stuff.
I mean, I suppose.
If you have like 5 saving throw proficiencies, that's huge against spells. Or traps.
It's just like, oh, great. I don't know. I guess I want something with a little bit more personality.
Yeah, but that's not where you're supposed to get it anyway anymore. The reason they changed that is because, like the old edition, feats were what the game was built around. In this one, they're an optional rule in the first place.
Like, that I feel like everybody plays with.
Yeah, I only know a couple people who don't.
But, I mean, is that because old editions, they weren't optional?
You mean 3rd edition?
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean.
The only people I know who don't play with it are people who really strive for balance.
Oh, yeah, those people.
The people who like the lethal game, and they really care about making it, like, super balanced as a game. That's it. And I mean, I know people who do try to strive for that stuff who still use feats, but the couple people I know when I have asked, that's why they say it. And there are some feats that are pretty powerful, like alert, being able to have advantage on, like, or not even advantage, it's like the bump to your passive perception that makes you pretty much impossible to sneak up on or trick. A lot of people don't like that as DMs, me included. But if the players want to play like that, then whatever. I will not worry about trying to trick them then. Or sneak up on them, but it's going to make for very dull combats. Like, oh, you saw it coming. Yep, you get the drop on it. Like, or the alert. So that one is, I think that's alert. Then there's one that's like, gives you initiative of +5. Might even be the same one. I hope it's not the same one. But there's one that gives you like a +5 on initiative. That's pretty annoying as well. Especially if they are also the rogue assassin. And if they take the other one where they can't be surprised. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see.
So now they're always going to get the drop. They're always going to get the crit to start combat. That's a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. Kind of like how my coastline's coming out.
It's kind of quiet tonight.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people here for some reason. We're down to just one viewer right now. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe everyone's watching something else or playing games.
They figured out what to do with their life.
Something. But yeah. I'm a fan of feats. I just think the game needs more of them. And I think that they need to. I do agree that they lack anything exciting usually. I would like if there were feats that, and I've talked about this a lot in the last week on my streams, that would make weapons feel different. You know, like if you were a dagger master, you get extra attacks with daggers. Now there's an incentive to be like a rogue that specializes with daggers.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Right, and what it would do is it would give you an extra attack. And you could do, with your bonus action, could attack 2 more times. Like, your regular action, you can attack once with each dagger per attack. And your bonus action, you could attack once with each dagger. Because you're talking about D4.
Right.
You know, even if it's magical +3, you're talking about D4 +3. You're talking about a maximum of 7 damage per attack. Like, that's not game breaking. You know?
That's not really a big deal.
Right. So I would like to see something like that, you know, with daggers, for example. Or, you know, you already have Sentinel and Polearm that allows for you to do some stuff with those, right? You could have, oh gosh, what else? I think I was talking about, because again, each weapon has to feel different, right? So a great axe might be able to break a weapon. So rather than attacking someone, you could legitimately try to attack their shield, or attack, and you still have to beat their armor class. Try to attack their weapon. If it's a non-magical weapon or a non-magical shield, there's a chance to break it. You know what I mean? I think that would be kind of cool. You know, but yeah, something for every single weapon.
That would be kind of cool.
Yup.
Well, you could probably make it 1 feat, and you could make different like types underneath it for every weapon.
No, I would want a feat for each one.
That's a lot of feats, though.
I know, but you don't want someone.
For a handful.
Yeah, but you don't want like a fighter, for example, to be able to be like, oh, now I'm just going to switch to my great axe because I want to do this. You don't want them to hoard weapons of different types to do different abilities.
No, I mean, but you would make it so that it's 1 feat, but underneath the feat you have to select what the option is. So then it's just 1 feat.
Okay, either way, it doesn't matter. But it's going to be drastically different with each weapon, so it won't matter. And the reason I wouldn't want it to be the same is because I also wanted to attach possibly an attribute to it. And I also wanted to possibly have an offensive version and a defensive version. You know what I mean? That do different things. So again, I want options. I don't want just 1 feat. I want multiple. You know, I want to choose the difference of things. Like, oh, Dagger Master. You know, you could generalize some things. Like pole arms could all go into one area, right? Great weapons could be considered, you know, if you really wanted great axes and great swords to work similar, but then they're not going to feel different from each other is the problem. So you could do stuff like that. All right, so then this. There we go. All right. All right, I'll do all the ruins. There we go.
Okay, so is this color better? You like this color better?
Yes, it looks a lot better.
Less fluorescent pink. I think my camera's frozen.
Your camera's frozen. Maybe that's why nobody's watching.
That's easily it.
And deactivate and activate. Yeah, this is probably going to be one of our weaker streams with nobody watching.
I know.
I don't know what everyone's deal is.
Well, I think we got out of our habit of doing it too.
You think that was why?
Might be. It might be our fault.
Maybe. Or maybe my one-on-one streams just haven't been very interesting. And so people are like, oh, he's streaming again. Whatever. I don't want to watch.
They all discovered the Tiger King.
Oh, that might be it. Maybe we're competing against the Tiger King. That might be it. Don't know. I do not know. Or maybe some other people are streaming tonight. What are other people doing? Let me see. Maybe we're going up head to head with someone. Like maybe Luke or somebody's streaming. No, just one. So we're only going up against one stream right now. And they don't have a lot of viewers either. They only have 4.
Yeah, it must just be quiet night.
It's a slow night.
It's
People are
Monday.
so used to being home.
They've adapted.
They're losing it. All right, so I got some cities on here I got to name still.
Okay, so what do you have?
I've got a city here. Got a city up there. Got a city here. Got a city here.
Oh, so
Got a city up here. Got my whole
So
thing
that one's on the
outlined.
coast. So what about like
All of them are on the coast.
Starlight Cove or something?
All right, I'll do that one up here.
Or
I'm spelling light Lite though.
do what you want.
I am. There's Starlight Cove. I could do the Mithril Kraken.
Let's see.
I've got all these names we wrote down that one time.
You got any like fishermen? Or Wolf Hall. I like that.
Where's that one? Wolf Hall. Where would that make the most sense? Maybe here.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good one. Okay. Shoot, his arm fell off.
I just got to remember to line through them. What about Angel Drift? It could be a reference to like driftwood or something. No?
I mean, it was fine until you said something about the driftwood thing.
All names come from something. They don't just name things randomly. Like all names have a reason for it. For instance, we live near Grand Rapids. Why is it called Grand Rapids? Because of the rapids. Like Ann Arbor. Why is it named Ann Arbor? Because of the trees. Like every place is named based on the geography or the like there's a reason for the name. You know what I mean? It's not just like they pulled a name out of the hat and oh, that sounds good. It doesn't work like that. Right?
I mean, yeah, it's just like...
Even in fantasy settings. King's Landing. Why was it called King's Landing? Because the first king landed there. It happened to be where all the presiding kings all stayed after.
Okay. Whatever. Thornview could be off of, in front of a forest or something.
Could. It could. I don't have any near a forest, though.
Okay, so what have you got? Like, tell me about your cities then.
I know nothing about these
They
cities.
need to be literal.
I don't know. That's why I'm going with the name first and then coming up with the reason later. I like Angel Drift. I'm going to use Angel Drift for this one on the top. I don't need to have it all figured out, though, at this point. I can figure that out later. Right now, I'm just doing the map. I've only played in this area. Very small area. My players literally went from here to here and anywhere in between there. Just pretty much direct. That's all I've got plotted out of this map. That's all I know anything about. Everything else, I'm going along with as I do it. Let's see. Pound Grove. I used this one. Moonwind. I like that one. You said you liked that one before. That's why I did it. I'll put that down here. There we go. And giant gerbil wilds.
Did you really name them that?
No, but I wrote it down because I liked the name that someone gave me. Why did I write this down? What does this mean? Keora? I don't know. I'm going to use that here. Alright, so there we go. Keora is this city. There we go. All the cities are named. I think. I'm looking. Yes. Yep, all are named. Okay, cool. Now, I can start with the smaller pens.
I think this guy's actually almost done.
Yeah? You're pretty satisfied with him?
I don't know. He's looking pretty good. If I can keep that definition going. Some of it down here too.
Cool.
I think then he'll be done soon.
Good. What?
Nicole sent me a picture, and it says, "My mom always told me I wouldn't amount to anything lying on the sofa, and yet here I am saving the world."
Oh, jeez.
So great.
Who would have thought my skill set would actually come in handy? I'm good at lying on a sofa. We're going to have to watch Tiger King after this. You know that, right?
Why?
Because now I want to watch it. Now that I'm talking about it, I want to watch it. Kind of just want to finish it at this point. And then we can move on to something else. Because the problem is I know once I start watching something else, that's the show I'm going to get hooked on, like hardcore. And then I'll never want to come back to the Tiger King, probably. You don't want to know what's going on with this new guy and how he robbed him?
No, I think it's going to be fine.
What's going to be fine?
You know, waiting another day to find out.
Why would we wait? Oh, yeah, you're going to play a video game.
Yeah, I got video games to play.
What was I going to watch out here? Oh, the last episode of Arrow.
Yeah, I got things to do.
Like video games. Shh.
Priorities.
Whatever. You tell her about our list yet?
No, I was going to talk to her tonight. Or whatever, probably.
Okay.
Just chill out, okay?
I'm chilled. We have a friend who does shopping for like Shipped or something.
Yeah, like she's like a Shipped shopper.
And she said she'd pick up groceries for us. And I know we're not like completely out, but we're out of anything like exciting. And
what he means by that is apparently
I want pop. I'd
when
love
I
some
stocked
alcohol.
up on things, I did not get enough snacks.
She got snacks and stuff, which is fine, but she got mostly like snacks that her and the kids would probably like more than me, which is fine. She got me stuff too, which was good. Problem is, it didn't last long. That was over a week ago. And I want some good stuff.
And you're also going to survive, though.
Maybe. I would still love to have, some ice cream or something. Something yummy and delicious.
Maybe you should take up a new hobby like baking.
What? You say baking?
Yeah, like learn how to bake.
I don't have a problem baking.
And then you can go make something delicious.
Yeah, but I can't make ice cream.
No, but
Ice cream is my go-to. It's my favorite.
That I'm sure you could figure out.
I don't know.
How you knew how to bake?
I mean, I can follow directions, if that's what we're talking about. I'm good at following directions.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Why are you doubting me?
Just asking. I was just asking a question.
No, I think you're being a hater again. Being a hater. Cold glass of haterade. How is Cthulhu coming? Good?
I think he's almost done, like I said.
Yeah?
Just trying to get, like, definition between these spikes or something. Not really working out as great as I would like.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You having trouble with your vision of what you wanted, or?
No.
It's because you tried to do shimmer.
I'm not doing any shimmer on the spikes.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Shush.
You.
Shush your mouth.
You shush. You shush.
So, will you glue him together?
Yes. I'll super glue them together. The only thing that I'm not going to super glue probably is his head and maybe his wings.
The wings stay on really nicely.
Yeah, I know. That's why I probably won't do the wings and I probably won't do the head.
But, like, the arms?
Yeah, the arms are going to be glued. The base is going to be glued. All that's going to be glued. But I figured I could use the head. I could use the wings even as like an item for something else. You know, if it's not attached. You know what I'm saying? Could be story items. Could be whatever. Could use it as just part of the terrain. Like, oh, there's remnants of something that used to live here that died or whatever. You know what I mean? No, you're not feeling what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm concentrating. I'm focused.
Gotcha. I hear you. I'm a little focused at the moment, too. There. Coastline is done. Oh, kind of. We're going to do the lakes.
Okay.
Yeah? Is he done?
I'm gonna work on the eyes just a second. Oh my gosh, what happened to my paint?
I don't know, but you know it's 9:20, right? Time's running out.
Yeah, he just needs some brighter eyes. I'm not sure this is gonna be good enough though.
That's not good. Hey, we got 2 people watching now. Who's watching? They're not being social. Oh well. Whoever you are, thanks for watching.
Everybody's so quiet.
We're quiet though too.
I know, because everybody else is so quiet too.
Oh.
You know what I can do?
What?
Let the eyes dry, and then I can add shimmer.
Shimmer to the eyes is probably fine.
See, like the eyes are really like neon orangey.
Oh, they are.
But
That's crazy.
I mean, it looks really extreme there, but it doesn't look as extreme here.
Mm,
Can you look at it there?
I don't know. It's not bad though.
So
This lake doesn't have any rivers that flow to it. It's literally just a lake in the middle of nowhere.
seems like there's a story there.
Yeah, it's the Lake of Heroes.
The Lake of Nowhere.
The Lake of Nowhere. Nope, it's called the Lake of Heroes. It's been named already. There. Do. I never named this or that lake. That's okay though. I don't need to. All right. Then there's this river. There. A couple more rivers. Got this river. You should draw a map of a continent. I would love to see the names of your cities.
City A. City B.
That would be stupid.
You know what? I'd love to see your giant Cthulhu. Gosh, I'm gonna take this head
Would
off.
you? Really? You gotta
No.
buy me one.
Can't get the head off. Scrap that.
Why can't you get the head off?
I don't know.
There. I think that's all of my water. All rivers, lakes. I don't think I'm missing any. Nope. Didn't do it all. Got this one with this bridge. There. Rivers. There's a river. Okay. Is that all the rivers? I think that's all of them. I think I've got them all. I think less is more, though. I think that definitely works better on these maps. It just leaves a lot up for interpretation, which I think is how you want things to be for RPGs. Got all the ruins done. Let's do all the teepees. There we go.
Gosh.
Yeah, you having a hard time? You sound like you are. There. There we go.
Yeah, and just keep having to like.
Keep having to like what?
I'm just nothing. Just what I did didn't work, so now I'm trying to do it again,
Gotcha.
but different.
Okay. There. First set of mountains. Done. Okay.
Okay, that seems to work better.
There. More mountains. There. More mountains done. Cool. All right. So we got that. It's coming along well.
I think it's pretty, good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it looks cool. You satisfied with it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it looks about as good as I'm gonna get it to look.
Right. So, are you gonna end up doing the flat matte finish on it? Or are you gonna do the glossy finish?
Probably do. I don't know. I'm gonna mess around with those finishes on these small miniatures first.
Okay.
Before I spray this guy. See which one I prefer.
Gotcha. See, because I figured you would use the glossy on him, and then on the base that he's on, do the matte finish.
Oh, I could do variety like that.
Do you know what I mean? Because the bottom shouldn't be wet, but he should look wet, right?
Yeah.
But either way,
Maybe.
it doesn't matter. I think it looks cool. I think it looks really cool. Whew. Excuse me.
I mean, I think he looks better.
I didn't name everything. We've got this small place on the river, too. It's not a good spot to write the name of it in. What was the one on here you liked? There was one you really liked.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't remember. So I've got this one. I think I just have this one. I'll put one over here too. So this one I'm gonna call Spirit Peak. There we go. Or you made something up. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. You said something like Mountain View or something before.
Oh, Thornview.
Thornview?
Isn't that what I said? It's on there.
I'll just go with that one. Thornview. Okay. This one. Which miniature are you going to paint next?
I don't know.
Now you got to figure that out.
Oh, shoot. Maybe this guy. I really need to paint this guy.
The druid.
Yeah.
Saw some interesting paint jobs of him on Instagram recently.
Yeah?
Yup.
Like, I mean, I feel like everybody's gone classic, like, forest
Nope.
druid
I've seen different.
style, like forest ranger style.
Nope.
I was thinking, like, what about, like, tundra?
Nope.
What does that
No,
mean?
I'm just kidding. The ones I saw on Instagram did not look like your typical druids at all. Like, one was in blue and he had, like, gold, like, jewelry or something. With gems. But I don't know. Don't know. Who are you texting?
Megan and Nicole. And then I replied back to Paul's message.
What was Paul's message?
He sent me picture of a new shirt he got that said, "We're about to find out which meetings could have been emails all along."
Oh,
And
yeah.
so then I let him know that I was like, it's so true. I went from 60% of my day being meetings to maybe one meeting a day. But most of my projects are also on hold right now, so I can't really,
Right.
do anything about it. I can't work on those projects, but
Gotcha.
so it's not really completely true,
Right. I don't think that shirt is meant towards what you do, though. Like, for instance, my old job, all the stupid meetings we went to. Like, I didn't need to go to meetings all day in documentation. Like, that was kind of silly. You know?
Oh, yeah. Whereas,
Like,
yeah, mine's a little bit different.
And somehow, like, from the time you used to work there and I worked there before to the second time I worked there, like, somehow meetings became more mandatory. Like, more important. Like, that you had to go to more. I don't know how. That or Kathy just went to a ton that I didn't know about. I don't know.
Probably.
But they were silly. And the one meeting I really did want to go to, I was told I didn't need to go to. And I felt like that was the one that would have made the most sense. The management meeting.
Thing.
The management meeting.
Oh, that was the thing you couldn't go to?
That was the only meeting I couldn't go to, and that was the one I thought was the most necessary. You know? I always thought that one was more important. Although they let all the account managers go to it. So how that was a management meeting with all the account managers, even ones making like 24 grand a year. I don't understand. Isn't that supposed to be like your most important people in the company?
Yeah, I mean, I think that happened a lot at that place. That place was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, shoot. I just did that with pen, too. Damn it.
I sent my Cthulhu pictures to Paul.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he was talking about painting miniatures when we went out that other night or whatever. He was talking about painting miniatures. He said he'll spend like 7 hours on like the sword and it still looks terrible.
Sounds like me. You tell him that sounds like me?
I was like, it's not that, it can't be that bad.
Yeah, he sent you a picture and it was.
And no, he didn't send me a picture or anything.
He does like Gundam stuff, I think, though. Like big robots and stuff. Like mech warriors and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
From what I've talked to him, that's what it sounds like he works on. Why is he texting you and not watching our stream? What is his problem? Because if nobody watches, we won't stream them. We'll just start doing this inside where it's warmer. Like, or you will. I'll just stop doing mapping altogether.
Well, we also stopped talking too. We
but nobody's been on to talk to anyway.
I know, but like I'm just saying, we haven't.
As much as I love Daniel Mendoza was only on for like 2 minutes and left. He wasn't here to talk to.
These people.
He was like, "Yeah, this isn't really that exciting. I'm out of here."
I can't handle this.
Yeah, he won't even go back and watch it to this point, I bet. If he does, he should comment and let me know I'm wrong. But yeah, I don't know.
How many miniatures are over here that I painted in the last couple months?
A lot.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I really only painted like 9 guys.
Right. Over 18 episodes. This is episode 18. You usually spend about 2 episodes on each one. Sometimes up to 3. But sometimes you start one in that second or third episode too.
Yeah, and then one of my coworkers had shared a Cthulhu meme or something the other day.
Oh, yeah. So did you tell them that you were painting
the
one?
river, the water in Venice is so clear. Shared a picture and like Cthulhu was, you could see like Cthulhu's face under the water. And I was like, I'm painting Cthulhu right now, and he was like, I need to see pictures when you're done. So I just posted pictures to his thread. I had to go back and find it.
Gotcha.
And he was like, that looks really good. He's like, have you been doing this a while? I'm like, I feel like I did like a handful of them like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes.
And then I didn't paint anything. And now I've done like 9 in the last couple months.
Yes.
So I really want to do this
say
trick
that's accurate.
though too. This one should go quick.
So do that one.
Yeah, this one will go quick. I'll do this one next.
Because the other one's my player character. That's not going to get used for a while.
So this one will be, I don't have like super strong plans for. This one's pretty simple.
Yeah, that one you're gonna screw up and not love because you don't have plans for it. That's what happens.
No, I
You
mean,
start screwing around and then you're like,
no,
oh, it
I mean like it
sucks.
doesn't have a ton of detail on it, so it should make it a little bit easier.
Gotcha.
That's what I mean. So.
Gotcha.
It's all good. It's all good.
You sure you don't want me to go get shakes or something? Those cinnamon things from Taco Bell. See? I can go get them. There. My mountains are done.
All right.
Done. All right, what? Go get
Calling
cinnamon
it.
things? You're calling it? Go
Calling
get
it
cinnamon
tonight.
things?
No, I'm just saying I'm calling it.
All right. If anyone is watching, have a good night. We're out of here. Bye.